So this video is to show you how I replaced the switch on my Ryobi 40 volt electric trimmer. Part number RY40HPPH01. Okay, the Ryobi is on the bench. This thing's only about a year old, and the switch started giving me trouble, and I had to squeeze it really hard. The next thing you know, it's only working like 2 different positions. So I bought another switch for it. So I've had it apart before, so I know how it comes apart. So this shouldn't take long. First thing is, there's only 2 Phillips screws on here, which are these 2, the handle. And everything else is a T15 Torx. I take the handle, the stabilizer handle off, and use that as a support underneath of the rod so that it's sitting level. And then I took my T15 screwdriver, which you have to have a deep one because these screws are really deep, and I put it on a socket so that I can spin them off quicker. Carefully open the cover, and if you look right above the shaft, and the switch is right there, and you just lift it straight out because it's just sitting in a pocket. You unplug the little plug on the bottom, and that's the part that I'm replacing right there. It seemed to be working okay. It was something internally is obviously giving me trouble, so I bought the new part. Here it is. It's from Parts Tree. Part number is 760777001. Part listed at $17.99 plus another $10.95 for shipping and handling plus tax for California. Came out to $31.98. You plug it in, and it sits right down back into the pocket. You want the harness underneath it and the plug down, while the switch, the moving switch, is pointing backwards to your left. And then you just check to make sure that the trigger is moving properly and everything's not binding, and you should be in good shape. Now before you cover it up, just make sure everything is level so that when you put everything down, you don't move the shaft. The shaft, it will move on you. If it moves to the right and there's any gap in there between the shaft and the transmission, you got to get it lined up or it will not go together. And then once you get it all lined up, put your battery lock back in place, because that's the only thing that's loose, that hangs there. When you take the 2 pieces apart, it just fits in between the 2, and it locks in there really nice. So once you put the top back on, that'll lock that in place, and you'll snap it right in. No problem. So once you get that all lined up, get a screw started on the right, then another screw started on the left, until you get things moving. I constantly check the switch to make sure that the trigger is working so nothing gets binded up while I'm doing this. Get one on the right side started. And then go ahead and okay, now for the big test. Let's see if that did it. So when I first pulled the trigger, you know, it didn't do anything until I got it all the way in, and then I realized that once you pull the battery out and put it back in, you have to pull the trigger all the way in before it'll do anything. So I thought I screwed up, but then once I got it going, it seemed to be working very well in all positions. I hooked up the blower attachment, I hooked up the whacker attachment, I went around the yard, I did my job, and it worked great. So here's the part number I ordered and how much it costs. And Parts Tree seemed to get the part out to me in a fair amount of time. I don't remember how long it took, but you know, I got it fixed in one day, and it worked great. So good luck.